Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Charitāmrta class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuro Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्ते तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे everyone to our Chaitanya Charitamrita class. We are continuing our discussion from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila. We are on chapter 15 today. Today we'll be starting the 15th chapter. In the last chapter we have heard Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu how he is dancing in front of Rath Yatra. He exhibits various emotions. Rath reaches Gundicha. Every day Mahaprabhu would take darshan of Lord, dance in front of the Lord, and all the devotees they would perform water pastimes in Indradyumna Sarovar. Then the Lord performed Hera Panchami festival. There was a wonderful discussion between Swarup Damodar Goswami and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the various rasas of Braja. Swarup Damodar Goswami explained the various emotions of the gopis, how the gopis are of different moods, the left wing and the right wing gopis, the qualities of Srimati Radharani, Krishna, and all the gopis are described. And then Srivas Thakur, he takes the role of Narad Muni. He is Narad Muni. In the mood of Narad Muni, he glorifies the opulence of Lakshmi Devi. And Swarup Damodar Goswami retaliates. Srivas Thakur said, "What is this? What is the opulence of Braja? Some flowers, fruits, that's all." Swarup Damodar says, "You don't know the opulence of Vrindavan. Every grain is Chintamani." He quotes various verses from Brahma Samhita and other scriptures. Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpatarvo Druma Bhumis Chintamani Ganamayi Toyam Amritam Katha Ganam Natyam Gamanam Vamshi Priya Sakhi Chidananda Jyoti Paramapi Tada Swadhyamapi Cha. So wonderful descriptions are there. Then the Rath returns to Sri Mandir again after the stay at Gundicha. Mahaprabhu again danced as Mahaprabhu, as the Lord is being brought on the Ratha, while in Pahandi the rope breaks. Mahaprabhu orders Ramananda Vasu and Satyaraj Khan to bring ropes every year. So these are the wonderful pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we heard in 14th chapter. So today we'll be starting the 15th chapter. The chapter is entitled Lord Accepts Prasad at the House of Sarabham Bhattacharya. Another very interesting, wonderful chapter which describes various dealings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his devotees. How Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is always, busy performing so many wonderful pastimes. By all these pastimes, he is giving an opportunity to all the sadhakas to relish these pastimes. That's the reason for the Lord performing any pastime in this world, so that we can get a chance to hear about them. As every chapter, Kaviraj Goswami begins this chapter by glorifying the Bhakta Vatsalyata of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because in this chapter, one of the very, very important uh, pastimes is Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepting prasad at the house of Sarabham Bhattacharya, and his son-in-law Amogha criticized Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, he's a sannyasi, he's eating too much. Sarabham Bhattacharya became very angry. He chased after him to beat him. Mahaprabhu said, "Oh, don't worry, come back. I am okay. Just feed me more." Because of the offense of Amogha, he became sick with cholera, about to die. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to the place where Amogha is lying down in pain. He puts his hand on the chest of Amogha and says, "Amogha, you're such a wonderful Brahmin. Why have you allowed this envy to come in your heart?" He purifies Amogha, cures him. He goes back to the house of Sarabham Bhattacharya. Sarabham says, "Why did you revive this sinful man? He should have died." सार्वभौम गृहे दास दासीय कुकुर सेह मोर प्रिय अन्य जन रहु दूर. Mahaprabhu says, "Oh Sarvabhaum, in your house even dog is dear to me. Servants are dear to me. What to speak of anyone else?" So Kaviraj Goswami glorifying the Bhakta Vatsalyata of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "Sarvabhaum grihe bhunjan swanindakam mamogakam angi kurvan sfutam chakre gauraswam bhaktavashyatam." While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was at the house of Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya taking prasad, Swanindakam Amogha, he criticized Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But what Mahaprabhu did? Angi Kurvan, he accepted Amogha. And that's how he showed to the world how he is Bhakta Vashyata. He has a quality of coming under the control of his devotees. He has shown this again and again in so many wonderful pastimes. How he is under the control of his devotees. एवं संदर्शिता हि अंगा हरिणा भृत्यवश्यता स्ववशेनापि कृष्णेन यस्येदं स ईश्वरं वशे. Krishna performed so many pastimes just to prove how he is controlled by his devotees' love. Harina Bhrityavashyata. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also like that. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan, all the devotees in Jagannath Puri, he would take permission from all the devotees. "Can you please allow me to go to Vrindavan?" And the devotees, they would not allow him to go to Vrindavan. What was the need of Mahaprabhu to take permission? He is a supreme lord. He is Sarvakarana Karam. He is supreme independent. He is taking permission, and devotees are not giving him permission. "Oh Mahaprabhu, now Janmashtami is coming. Please stay. Oh, now Sharad Purnima is coming. Please stay. Now, Holi is coming. Then Chandan Yatra is coming. Nursing Sadarshi is coming." Like this, they stopped him from going to Vrindavan for 2 years. That's how Lord is. When Mahaprabhu went to Vrindavan with Balabhadra Bhattacharya, every day so many Brajvasis were coming to invite Mahaprabhu at their home for prasad. And Mahaprabhu, every morning he would go for taking darshan of all the forests of Vrindavan. And Bichara Sarvabhaum, Bichara Balabhadra Bhattacharya is at the place at the ashram kuti where Mahaprabhu was staying. And they would tell, "Where is Mahaprabhu?" He would say, "Oh, he has gone. So we want to invite him." Oh, already there is some irritation. And they would start arguing, you are not allowing Mahaprabhu to come to our home. And this Balbhadra Bhattacharya had tough time dealing with the invitations. Srila Prabhupada, when he was in India, so many life members wanted to invite him for prasad, for lunch. And his servant, he had tough time. Because whoever would come and tell Swamiji want to invite you, Prabhupada would say, yes, please take uh, appointment from my secretary. And secretary would tell, oh, Swamiji is already booked. They would start arguing, oh, Swamiji told that he wants to come, you are not allowing him. That was the situation Balbhadra Bhattacharya was in. प्रतिदिन लोक तुम तोमा पाशे आए तोमा नहीं पाए लोक मोर माथा खाए. Every day people are coming to search you, you are not there, and they are troubling me, mora matha khai. And he tells Mahaprabhu, look, we have been to Vrindavan now. Now we should go and stay at Varanasi. So Mahaprabhu didn't tell, look, who brought you here? Who told you? I told you on your own have come. And you are telling me to leave Vrindavan. The purpose of my life was to come to Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu said, okay, if you are troubled, we will leave Vrindavan. Supreme Lord, He is acknowledging and accepting the words of His own devotee. He left Vrindavan. He could not stay for 2 months also. He entered Vrindavan in Kartik Purnima 1515 and left on Makar Sankranti next year. So that's how Lord is. Bhakta Vashyata. He's under the control of his devotees. And that is described in this pastime because of Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya Mahaprabhu. He was ready to tolerate anything, any insult is okay. If you are related to my devotee, I'll accept you, even if you trouble me. In Vrindavan, so many demons came to kill Krishna. Adhasur, Bakasur, Trinavarta, Vatsasur, Putana, Dhenukasur, Vyomasur. Before they could do anything, they were killed. Two people who created maximum havoc in Vrindavan. Who were they? One was Indra, other was Kalia. Kalia, Indra, he wanted to destroy entire Vrindavan, not just Krishna. He wanted to kill all the Brajvasis. And what did Krishna do with them? He forgave. Just a simple warning. Indra, don't repeat this mistake again. That's it. Kalia, he had already killed the Gopas. And what Krishna did with him, he just punished him. That's all. He didn't kill him. The chapter is entitled Krishna Subdues Kalia. Why he does that? Krishna has a different way of dealing with his devotees and outsiders. All the other demons, they are not at all connected to process of bhakti. Indra was a devotee. For devotee, Krishna has a different way of dealing. There is one word which comes in Bhagavatam, Swanam Paksha Poshanam. Krishna nourishes his own side, his own devotees, whoever they may be. गड़बड़ किया डिवोटी है ओके साइड में लो इसको अलग से हम देखेंगे and if somebody is not a devotee पहले मारो फिर देखेंगे. So that's why Krishna didn't kill Indra. And what about Kalia? He was not a devotee at all, but his wives were devotees. So devotee हो या devotee का contact हो दोनों काम करता है. So Krishna, he thought that ये devotee है, इनके wife devotee, चलो छोड़ देते हैं. सार्वभौम गृहे दास दासीय कुकुर से हमोर प्रिय अन्य जन रहु दूर. In the house of Sarvabhaum, servants and even dog is dear to me. So that is the Bhaktavashyata described in this chapter. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda offers obeisances to all the Panchatattva. And then, interesting, third verse of this chapter, Kaviraj Goswami is glorifying the readers and listeners of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jaya Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Shrotagan Chaitanya Charitamrita Yara Pranadhan. Who will glorify? Who is that author who will glorify his own listeners and the readers? कितने अच्छे रीडर हैं मैंने देखा. Readers generally glorify the authors. Here the author is glorifying the reader and the listener of the book. Jaya Shri Chaitanya Charitamrit Shrotagan Chaitanya Charitamrit Yara Pranadhan. In fact, by this, he is actually telling us to make Chaitanya Charitamrit our life and soul. He is giving an instruction also. Chaitanya Charitamrit is not just to be heard. We have to make it as our life and soul. That means follow by the instructions given in Chaitanya Charitamrit. Imbibe the instructions given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Make Chaitanya Charitamrit life and soul. That is, live by the principles given here. Become devotee as mentioned here. So like Sanatana Goswami glorifies Srimad Bhagavatam. Madek Bandhu, Matsangi, Madguru, Madmahadhana, Madnistarak, Madbhagya, Madananda Namostute. Madek Bandhu, my only friend, my only master, my only well-wisher, my only teacher, my only wealth is Bhagavatam. This is the wealth of devotees. Chaitanya Charitamrit, Krishna Katha, it is a wealth of devotees. There is no other wealth a devotee should expect in his or her life. एकान्तलाभं वचसो न पुंसां शुश्लोकमौले गुणवादमाहो श्रुतेश्च विद्वद्भिरुपाकृतायां कथासुधायामुपसंप्रयोगम्. There is only one benefit a devotee should expect. Shushlokamole Gunavadamahu, the chance to hear the name, form, pastimes of Krishna. That's the perfection of the years. That is how Chaitanya Charitamrita is the life and soul. It is the wealth of devotees. Prema Ratana Dhan. When we read Chaitanya Charitamrita, then we will get this Prema Ratana Dhan. Pranadhan. Chaitanya Charitamrita Yara Pranadhan. Kaviraj Goswami continues. He describes the daily routine of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, while he stayed at Sri Jagannath Puri, every day he would enjoy, dance, and sing with the devotees. And in the beginning of the day, he would go and take darshan of Lord Sri Jagannath, come out, offer obeisances, offer prayers to the Lord, danced in front of the Lord, and then he would stay outside the temple and he would attend this Upalabhoga offering. Srila Prabhupada describes Upalabhoga. His offering is made in a place called as Bhoga Vardhan Khanda. So what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would do after taking darshan, he would not go out immediately. He would stand near Garuda Stambha. So those who have been to Jagannath Puri temple, that same Garuda Stambha is still there. And while standing at the Garuda Stambha, he would take darshan of the Lord, offer obeisances, and offer prayers, keeping his hand on the Garuda Stambha. Now also we can see the fingerprints of Lord on that Garuda Stambha because that Stambha has melted. And then afterwards, he would go out, he would visit Haridas Thakur at Siddha Bakul. Because Haridas Thakur, he would not come in the temple because he would think, I am so fallen, I am born in Malaysia family, how can I go in the temple? And Mahaprabhu also didn't do anything against the regular customs. But same Lord Jagannath would come every day to take darshan of, to give darshan to Haridas Thakur. And he would bring Mahaprasad also. That's our Lord is so very merciful. If you can't come, I will come to give you darshan. And I'll get Mahaprasad also for you. So that's how Mahaprabhu, he would get Mahaprasad, he would come to meet Haridas Thakur, and then after meeting Haridas Thakur, he would come back at Gambhira, at the house of Kashi Mishra. That was his daily routine. After coming in his room, he would chant on his beats. So it was very important. Mahaprabhu, he is showing to everyone the daily routine, how a devotee should be absorbed. After that, Advaitacharya would come to worship him. He would come, he would offer a beautiful flower garland, and then he would put Tulsi Manjari on the head of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he would smear the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with sandalwood pulp, and after that he would literally worship him. Puja patre pushpa tulsi sheshaye achila se sabalaya prabhu acharya pujila. Now, after getting worshipped by Advaitacharya, what Mahaprabhu does, that is still more interesting. Puja Patra, Advaitacharya has brought this Puja Patra, the plate with various paraphernalia for worship of the Lord. Whatever is remaining, say Sabalaya Prabhu Acharya Pujila. Mahaprabhu worshipped Advaitacharya with remaining paraphernalia. That is the Vaishnava etiquette. It is not that, okay, you only worship me. No. The Lord also wants to worship his devotees. Devotee wants to worship the Lord. Lord also wants to worship his devotees. Say, Sabalaya Prabhu Acharya Pujila. And whatever Lord does is to increase the honor of his devotees. Bhaktana Manavardhanam. So Mahaprabhu, he would worship Acharya by saying, whatever you are, you are. Let me offer obeisances and respects unto you. Because Vaitacharya would not like being worshipped. So Mahaprabhu, he was younger also. Advaitacharya was an elderly person, 50 years elder than Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu said, whoever you are, but I will offer respects to you. And he would make some sounds from his mouth also. So Kaviraj Goswami didn't mention. But those sounds would make Advaitacharya laugh. And then all the other devotees, they would also come. And Advaitacharya, every day he would invite Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for prasad. Kaviraj Goswami says, Advaitacharya's invitation is another wonderful story. And Vrindavan Das Thakur has described it in detail. So, what can we expect now? Naturally, Kaviraj Goswami will say, I will not describe it here because Vrindavan Das Thakur has already done it in detail. So, he's so very sensitive to the etiquettes. In the flow of writing, in the flow of doing some seva, we should never ever forget the etiquettes of devotional service. Offering respect to devotees. When Maryada Vyatikram is very, very dangerous. We may be given a service, but we should be very careful not to do Maryada Vyatikram. This comes in Srimad Bhagavatam also. When Vidurji, he goes to Uddhava, meets Uddhavji in Vrindavan, and he tells Uddhavji that I have heard that Krishna told you some very, very confidential things. Uddhavji himself tells that while leaving, Krishna told me some confidential topics. Vidurji tells, can you please explain me those things? Now Uddhavji could explain, he was qualified, he was competent, but he told, I can't do this because Vidurji was much elder to Uddhavji in age. One may be competent, but are you the right person? Do you have the authority? So Uddhavji understood that if I speak this, it will be Maryada Vyatikram. He directed Vidur to Maitreya Muni. You please go and hear from Maitreya Muni. He was also there when Krishna was discussing all these things with me. So that's how Kaviraj Goswami is very careful, never ever transgressing the etiquette. And then he says, I shall not repeat that, but I shall describe what other devotees were doing, how they were inviting Mahaprabhu, what was the description there. So he describes that in detail later. And in this way, Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, they had wonderful time, wonderful way they were enjoying. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, they would celebrate various festivals because the devotees from Bengal, they would stay for 4 months in Jagannath Puri. यात्रा 4 महीने की हो रही. When we go to yatra, it is for 4 5 days. 7 8 days is too much. 4 months yatra ही yatra चल रहा है. And the devotees, they would perform all the wonderful festivals, celebrate the festivals with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They celebrated Janmashtami, they celebrated Nandotsava, and during Nandotsava time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, they would dress themselves as cowherd boys. They would perform so many wonderful pastimes. They carried the pots of milk and yogurt, and they would come at the festival ground where the festival is happening. They would start playing. Some devotees, they would start enacting some drama. There was a devotee, Kanai Kutia. He would dress himself as Nanda Maharaj. There is another devotee, Jagannath Mahiti. He would dress himself as Yashoda Maya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would dress himself as Krishna. As all these things are happening, Pratapruddha Maharaj is there, Kashi Mishra is there, Sarvam Bhattacharya is there, the president of Jagannath Puri Temple, Tulasi Padicha Patra, is also there. They are all very happy, wonderfully, observing, witnessing this pastime. Mahaprabhu danced jubilantly, just like the description comes in Bhagavatam. During Nandotsav, all the Brajvasis, they would come. What was the opulence of Vrindavan? Opulence of Vrindavan is the cows, milk, yogurt, butter. So in festivals, they would not throw water at each other like Holi. They would throw milk, yogurt, butter. Gopa parashparam rishta dadi grita dadi kshira gritambubi asinchanto vilimpanto navani shikshipu. Gopa parasparam rishta. They were joyful and enjoying. And what they were doing? Dahi, kheer, grita, ambu. They had a mixture of milk, curd, ghee, and water. They would throw at each other. Asin chanto. They would smear the bodies of other gopas. Vilim panto. And they would smear butter also. If any kitchen in charge of today's time hears this, he will have a heart attack. बोले क्या कर रहे हैं टाइम इतना वेस्ट कर रहे हैं इसमें तो फेस्टिवल हो जाएगा एक बार. So that was the opulence of Vrindavan. Similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, they would cover each other with milk, yogurt, butter, turmeric powder, water. Then Advaita Acharya, in the mood of Gopa, he tells Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please do not be angry, but I will know that you are Gopa if you can wheel this rod. So there was a rod Mahaprabhu was carrying. Can wheel this rod? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the challenge. He took a big rod and began to wheel it around and around. He would throw it in the air and catch it. He would sometimes throw the wheel over his head, over his back, and in between his legs, in front of him, sides of him. So that's how Mahaprabhu was showing all the wonderful feats with this rod. So Mahaprabhu circled this rod like a firebrand, and everybody was enjoying it. Nityananda was also there. He was also enjoying. Ei matta Nityananda phiraye laguda ki bujive taha duhar gopa bhava gudha. Now, Nityananda was also started, just making this rod wheel round and round. Who can understand the Gopa bhav of Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, Krishna and Balaram? Following the orders of Prataprudra Maharaj, Tulsi Parichapatra, the superintendent of the temple, he brought the various clothes of Lord Jagannath. Used clothes, the old clothes, and one cloth was tied on the head of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just like the Gopas, they tie their pagdi. Then all the other devotees, they were also given these cloths. They were also wrapped around their heads. And it was like all the cowherd boys with different turban cloths. Kanai Kutia and Jagannath Mahiti, they were such magnanimous donors. They distributed whatever was there in stock. Mahaprabhu, when he saw how selfless they were in giving charity, he was really satisfied. And because they were behaving, they were enacting the role of Nanda and Yashoda, accepting them as mother and father, Mahaprabhu offered obeisances. परमो आवेशे प्रभु आइला निज घर हे मत लीला करे गौरांग सुंदर. In this way, Mahaprabhu returned home. That's how Mahaprabhu would perform various wonderful pastimes. Then Vijayadashmi came, the day on which uh, the Lanka was conquered. Mahaprabhu, he dressed all his devotees like monkey soldiers. He himself came in the mood of Hanumanji and he jumped. He took a huge branch of a tree. He jumped on the another tree as if he's mounting on the walls of Lanka, began to burn it, and he started shouting in the mood of Hanuman. Where is that rascal Ravan? He has kidnapped Jagannatha, Mother Sita. Today I'll kill him and his entire dynasty. So everyone, when they saw and heard Mahaprabhu speaking like this, they were very happy and astonished. They all started clapping and smiling and shouting, Jai, Jai, all glories, all glories. So that's how Mahaprabhu would perform so many wonderful pastimes. So the devotees, they celebrated such festivals. One day, the two brothers, Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were sitting in seclusion. Nobody could understand what they were discussing. It was a little confidential discussion going on, and they were thinking, what is happening? But in some time, they could understand what was the secret. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he called the devotees and he told, now it's time to go back. Everybody was just absorbed in various festivals. They didn't even realize that 4 months have passed by and they have to now go back. For us, many times when devotees they go for yatra, after 4 5 days, they start thinking, oh, we have to go back, we have to take care of all the things we have left. But here, devotee was completely oblivious. Lord had to tell them, Mama, go back. It is now time to go. In this way, bidding farewell to all the devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he requested them, please come back every year to see me and do Gundicha Marjan. आचार्य आज्ञा दिला कोरिया सम्मान चंडाल आदि कृष्ण भक्ति देहोदान. Then Advaitacharya, with great respect, Mahaprabhu, he requested, Achandale Adi Krishna Bhakti Diodan. Please give Krishna Bhakti to everyone, including the Chandals. Prabhupada he gives a very elaborate purport here. He says, this is Sri Chaitanya's order to all his devotees, not just to Advaitacharya, everyone. Achandale Adi Krishna Bhakti Diodan. Devotion to Krishna is open to everyone. Nobody is barred from practice of bhakti. Oh, I can't practice bhakti because I am this. No, anybody. Kirat, Hunandra, Pulinda, Pulkasha, Abhir, Shambha, Yavana, Prasadaya, Yanye cha Papa, Yadapa, Shraya, Shraya, Shuddhanti Tasmai, Prabhu Vishnave Namaha. Whoever we may be, however fallen one may be, anybody can practice bhakti. Bhakti is a pratihata. Nobody can stop one from practicing bhakti. Externals are no problem. Only thing needed is desire. If you have desire, we can practice. Otherwise, there is no restriction. Anybody can practice. Prabhupada writes. One should follow this order in the disciplic succession stemming from Sri Advaita and Nityananda Prabhu and distribute Krishna consciousness without discrimination throughout the world. Achandale Krishna Diya, Achandale Adi Krishna Bhakti Diyodan. Whatever one's position, everyone in the age of Kali needs to be enlightened. That is the greatest need of the day. It is not that I don't need it. I am happy. Nobody is happy. Everybody is feeling the miserable pangs of material world. Only bhakti can help one free from the problems of the material world. As Bhagavatam also describes, that one becomes free, one goes beyond the three modes of material nature, one is beyond the trivid tapa just by the practice of bhakti. Now is the time for members of International Society for Krishna Consciousness to distribute Krishna Bhakti all over the world. Amar Agya Guru Hoya Tar Vedesh Yar Dekho Taraka Ho Krishna Upadesh. Mahaprabhu has given standing orders to all the devotees. Whoever you may be, wherever you are, Yar Dekho Taraka Ho Krishna Upadesh. Whoever you meet, just speak about Krishna. Anybody is qualified to give and anybody is qualified to receive. That's the only qualification is I want it. I want to give, I want to receive. That's it. कि वह विप्र कि बन्यासी शूद्र कहने नोय यही कृष्ण तत्ववेत्ता सही गुरु है. Who knows the intricacies of devotion, he can give it to others. Krishna Tattvavetta. In the beginning days, Prabhupada, as the devotees were only few months old in Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada told, you go to America, you go to Los Angeles, you go to Australia, you go to Europe. He was sending devotees all over the world. You go to London. They were few months in Krishna consciousness. will just repeat whatever I have told you, all of you. Prabhupada writes, Krishna Bhakti is not the monopoly of certain caste. Manye dhana rupa tapa shutauja tejo prabhava bal paurusha buddhi yoga नाराधनाय हि भवन्ति परस्य पुंसो भक्त्या तुतोष भगवान गचयूत पाये धन अभिजन रूप तप श्रुत ओज तेज प्रभाव बल पौरुष बुद्धि yoga. All these 12 qualifications, they cannot please Krishna. Only bhakti pleases Krishna, nothing else. Anybody can practice bhakti. Vyadasya charanam dhruvasya chavayo vidyagajendrasya ka. What was the qualification of that Vyadha? What was the Vyadasya charanam dhruvasya chavayo? What was the age of Dhruva? What was the wealth, knowledge of Gajendra? Kubjaya kimunam rupu adhikam. What was the beauty of Kubja? Kim tat sudamno dhanam. What was the wealth of Sudama? Vamshasko vidurasya. What was the caste of Vidurji? He was born from a maid servant. Ugrasya kim paurusham. What was the prowess of Ugrasena? He was defeated by his own son. Bhaktya tushyati kevalam na chagunai bhakti priyo madhava. Only qualification is bhakti. That's it. Anybody can practice. Prabhupada focuses on this word dhan. Achandale adi diyo Krishna bhakti dhan. This is the dhan which we are supposed to give. The greatest charity of Krishna consciousness. Whoever engages in this distribution of Krishna consciousness is a charitable person. And then Nityanande Agya Lila Yaha Gauda Deshe Anargala Prema Bhakti Variha Prakashe. Anargala Prema Bhakti. Anargal means without restriction you give to everyone. Don't think he's qualified, he's not qualified. Anargale Krishna Bhakti. Without any restriction. That is the hope for us. Mahaprabhu is not thinking, hey, इसको क्या ये तो 4 बार फेल हो चुका है. Chanting करने में तो सो जाता है. महाप्रसादे गोविंद ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय होता है तो उठता है. महाप्रसाद होता है तो ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय होता है सो जाता है. महाप्रसाद गोविंद तो उठता है. इसको क्या भक्ति दूंगा? No. Anybody just accepting this process. Anargale Krishna Bhakti Deha. That is the standing order Mahaprabhu is giving to Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Sri Prabhupada writes. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu to deliver all the Bengalis to devotional service. Mami Partha Vyapashritya Yopyasu Papayona Striya Vaishya Tatha Shudra. Whoever takes to Krishna consciousness, follows the principles, he goes back. Prabhupada writes. He quotes Saraswati Thakur. There is a class of so-called devotees called Prakrita Sahajiyas who think that Nityananda Prabhu is an ordinary human being. They have spread the news that Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu to return to Bengal just to marry and beget children. This is certainly a great offense against Nityananda Prabhu. Whoever accepts Mahaprabhu and rejects Nityananda Prabhu, he will never be delivered. Nityananda Prabhu is Swayam Balaram. By his mercy only we can get devotion. Sankarshana karanto yashai गर्भोदशायी च पयोक्तिशायी शेषश्च यस्यां शिखला च नित्यानन्दाख्य रामा शरणं ममास्तु. Right in the beginning of Adi Lila, Kaviraj Goswami established who is Nityananda Prabhu. Sankarshana, Karanodakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu, and Ananta Shesha. They are all coming from Nityananda Prabhu. If somebody says Nityananda Prabhu is an ordinary human being, it is a great offense. This is called as Pashanda Buddhi. Prabhupada continues. Offenders consider Nityananda Prabhu like to be like one of them. They do not know that Nityananda Prabhu's identity with the Vishnu Tattva. They are Kunapatmavadi. Kunapatmavadi means they are mental speculators. That is the business of mental speculators. Kunapatmavadis. These people accept the material body, which is a bag of three materials, as themselves. Yasyatma buddhi kunapetri dhatuke. They think my body is all in all. The material body is all in all. They can't think anything beyond this material body. So therefore they think that Nityananda Prabhu is also similarly material. His body is material. As Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, avajananti mama mudha manushim tanumashritam param bhava avajananto mama bhutam heshwaram. Avajananti, people, they don't know. They think I have accepted a material body. But for Krishna, his body and his soul, it is same. For us, it is different. Prabhupada writes, whoever thinks in this way is a candidate for darkest regions of hell. Those who hanker after women and money and who are self-interested and have the mentality of merchants can certainly discover many things with their fertile brains and speak against the authorized scriptures. So that's how they do all these propaganda, use their fertile intelligence to speak all this nonsense. They will go to hell for sure. Nityananda Prabhu is an expansion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is most merciful, even more merciful than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Akaroda Paramananda Nityananda Ram. Who can be more merciful than Nityananda Prabhu? Because of him, Jagai Madhya were delivered. He told Mahaprabhu, throughout my life, whatever devotion I have done, give them to Jagai Madhya. Give them to Madhya. Who will do that? To a person who wants to kill us. What to speak of that? If somebody speaks the bad words, insults us, we will never speak to that person. What to speak of giving all our credits to that person? Unimaginable. Nityananda does that. Continues. So then Mahaprabhu tells Nityananda, you go back, preach in Bengal, and he gives few assistants to Nityananda, Ramadas, Gadadhar Das, and few others. And he says, मध्य मध्य आमी तुम्हारा निकट आइब अलक्षित रही तुम्हारा नृत्य देखिब. I shall go to see you at intervals. Being invisible, I'll see you dance. So Mahaprabhu is telling, I'll keep an observation on you. Don't think nobody's watching you. Then Mahaprabhu embraced Srivas Thakur and embraced him. He spoke very nicely. Tomar bhare kirtamani nitya nachiba, tumi dekha pabe aran ke hana dekhiba. Perform congregational dancing daily and be assured that I shall also be present there. You will be able to see me, not others. Tumi dekha pabe, nara dekhana, ara dehana dekhi, ara kehana dekhiba. So whenever Srivas Thakur would perform kirtan, Mahaprabhu would manifest. That's how Mahaprabhu is giving. He is showing how he is Supreme Lord. And he tells Srivas, please take this prasad of Jagannath and this cloth of Jagannath and deliver to my mother Sachi Devi. And please request her to excuse my offenses, because I left her service and I took sannyas. I could not serve her. Please ask forgiveness on my behalf. तार सेवा छाड़ी आमी कोरी हाची करियाची संन्यास धर्म नहे कोरी आमी निज धर्मनाश. I have given up service to my mother. I have accepted the sannyas order. I could not follow my words, I could not follow my dharma. So now, please ask forgiveness from my mother. Then he says, actually, I'm subordinate to the love of my mother. Actually, my service is to go and serve her. But what to do? I have accepted the sannyas order. Actually, this is act of a madman. Tara prema vashyami, tara seva dharma, taha chhadi koriyachi, batulera karma. I acted like a madman. Batul palakera mata nahi loye dosh, ei jani mata more na karo e rosh. But if the son is mad, he does wrong things, he even hits the mother, mother never feels offended. So therefore, please ask forgiveness on my behalf. की काय संन्यास मोर प्रेम निज धन एक काले संन्यास कैलु छन्न होइलमन. Actually, I had no business in accepting sannyas, but I don't know what happened in that moment. I took sannyas. It was like crazy state. I took sannyas, and now I am staying here at Jagannath Puri to comply with the orders. She told in the beginning that if you go to Vrindavan, I will never be able to hear about you. Nilachal and Vrindavan, they are like two houses, two rooms in a house. You stay in Nilachal. That same Lord is there in Nilachal as Jagannath. But I will go to see her in between. And indeed, I go there daily to see her lotus feet. Mahaprabhu tells, I daily go there. Actually, whenever Shakti Mata would offer bhoga to Lord, it is described whenever Shashi Mata would offer bhoga, Lord was there present. And he tells this here. Nitya yai dekhimui tahara charane spurti gyane te hotaha satya nahi mane. She could feel my present every day, but does not believe it to be true. She feels that I am there, but she thinks I am just imagining. She's not able to understand. In this way, he tells one day what happened. One day, my mother, she offered bhoga to Shaligram. She offered all the wonderful preparations, different types of vegetables, spinach, curry made with banana flowers, then fried patol with nimba leaves, and she offered it with pieces of lemon and ginger. Some sweets were also offered, and she took that plate full of bhoga on her lap. She began to think about me because all of that was very dear to my. My mother was thinking that Nima is not there. Who will accept this food? In this way, she meditated upon me. Her eyes were full of tears. And as she was thinking, I immediately went there in great haste and I ate everything. So she was remembering. And she opened her eyes. She saw the dish was empty. She started thinking, well, why is the plate empty? And she was thinking, maybe Balagopal has eaten everything. And she began to wonder, maybe I didn't keep anything on this plate. So, or maybe some animal came and ate everything. So that's how she is completely absorbed in thoughts of Nimai, her son. She's not understanding what is happening. She went into the kitchen and saw the pots. She saw that the pots were still full of vegetables, all the rice. She was astonished to see this. She called Ishan. Ishan was a servant of Shachi Devi, and she made another plate. She again offered to Gopal. So Mahaprabhu, he is describing all these to Srivas Pandit. How Shashimata, she is completely absorbed in thoughts of Nimai. And while describing this, he says, so this incident took on last Vijay Dashmi day, and you can ask about her incidents. This when you go. While describing this, Mahaprabhu became overwhelmed. So we'll stop here. We'll continue from verse number 68 next time. Hare Krishna. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Krishna Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.